Weekend. Matt's here now. So are things going to get better as the weekend goes on?
They will, yeah. I mean, we've got to get through tonight. It's going to stay windy in many, many areas, although we are seeing the winds calm down in the mid-valley right now, the lower elevations away from the gorge and away from some of the other big canyons like Sandy Ann Canyon, the Estacada River Canyon. The wind is dying down, which is great, but it will crank up at times overnight, so it's going to be a bit erratic and a bit gusty. And for that reason, the fire weather warning continues until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. That might be a little bwillamette longer than we need it for the Willamette Valley, but it will stay dry through the day tomorrow, even as the winds die down. So the fire danger will remain high as well. And again, the air quality alert is buried underneath the fire weather warning. Peak gusts from earlier in the day today. Portland, 40 miles an hour. That's right when the east wind broke on through. Fremont Bridge and Hood River had gusts of 38. That was the east side of Hood River. Vancouver, 33. And Mount Hood, up at the top of the Cascade Express chairlift in Mount Hood Meadows, a gust of 60 earlier. It's still gusting at about 50 up there. But watch the color constrict and contract and melt away. This is 2 a.m. We still have strong winds through the gorge, but not much in Salem. This has been fairly well modeled that the mid-valley here wouldn't see as much wind, but the coast range is, that's for sure. But you see the high temperatures we have at the coast today. And then by 11 a.m., the winds have backed off even more, and it's really confined to areas through the gorge and then down along the Columbia River. Still getting some wind over the southern Washington Cascades, but it's really backing off. And then as we go into the evening hours on Saturday, it's pretty much over by that time. So that's the good news. This will wind down tomorrow. Our high today was 89. Did not add to our 90-degree day total, which is great. 91 in Aurora. Look who did add to their 90-degree day total for the year. Everybody on the coast from Tillamook south made the 90s. Medford was in triple digits. Salem was 93. Eugene 91. And speaking of Eugene, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Ducks season opener is tomorrow at Autzen Stadium. If you're going to the game, enjoy. It's going to be hot and it's going to be smoky. So be ready for that. It's going to be around 100 degrees at game time there, so look out for that. Air quality, you see there's some areas down south with really bad air. That was in the very unhealthy category, but for the Portland area, it's now good. Our air quality has improved. The smoke sort of thinned out a little bit. I think what happened is we had that surge of smoke come down last night and early this morning with the initial north and then east wind. That came from fires up in northern Washington. But then that shifted on through. Those fires aren't producing as much smoke up there, so our smoke supply, if you will, has dropped off a bit. But the mid-valley is still seeing moderate air quality there, and there are some spots over in eastern Oregon with pretty bad air quality as well from the fires downwind from the fires over in the Willowas. So the big picture looks like this. Still a big area, hot air over us right now. What's interesting is it's cooled off on the east side, and that's what's fueling this east wind. The east wind cooled off, high pressure, cooler, denser air came down. That's what helped to set up this wind pattern. It's pretty typical for the fall to get this. It's just unfortunate when we get it before we get any fall rain. You know who is getting rain? Southern California. This is tropical storm, formerly Hurricane K. Several inches of rain. They have flash flooding issues suddenly in Southern California after months and months of dry weather. Okay, east wind pattern breaks down tomorrow. We'll get some clouds coming up from the south end, some smoke, and then maybe even some drizzle on Sunday morning, or Monday morning. That would be fantastic. Get a couple of showers in the Cascades. There is a chance we'll get a more significant rain in about 10 days or so. We'll have to wait and see how that pattern develops. Okay, it is 80 degrees outside right now. It's hot and it's dry. Look at the humidity at just 19%. Now, we've had some warm nights this summer, of course, but the humidity hasn't been this low in a long, long time. Dew point at 34, 19% humidity. That is bone dry air. And that, of course, is contributing to the fire issues as well. Hazy, hot early on the coast, then a wind reversal. Suddenly the south wind kicks in. You get low clouds building from south to north as the day goes on. For the valleys, hazy and very hot, but the winds will be easing up to 100 degrees in Salem and in Eugene tomorrow. For the Portland area, very warm overnight, lows in the upper 60s, high tomorrow 94, and then down to 88 on Sunday, Monday 80, and in the 70s after that. Laurel's doing her, you should see this dance Laurel is doing. Can we get a camera on that? That was good stuff. Hey, we're back. We're back after this.